Hey everyone, my name's Kyle Bruce and I'm an Olympic weightlifter from Australia. I'm a Commonwealth Games silver medalist and I'm currently preparing for the 2024 Olympic Games. And I hope you guys can come along and join me in this awesome journey.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through a Q&A whilst looking at some of my recent lifts in the past couple of years, so just sort of like a collage of lifting. So we're going to be going through a few questions that I asked on Instagram the other day, so make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at KyleBruce89, and I'll be doing these Q&As maybe once a month, once every 2 months, etc. So if you guys want to, get some more in-depth answers, make sure you follow me and ask those questions. So join to me today in our Q&A, we have my co-owner of Uplift.gym and my partner Isabel Lorenzi. So say hello, Isabel.
Hello, YouTube.
Okay, Isabel says hello. Isabel is also an elite level weightlifter, has been at A sessions at World Championships in the past, and is going to be competing very, very soon. So Isabel is, probably better than me. What do I know? But it's all good. So Isabel's going to ask the questions. I'm going to answer them. We're going to both collaborate if we need to sort of go through there. So I hope you guys enjoy. So first question.
Question 1, opinion on the new gender classes in weightlifting.
All right, so the new gender classes in weightlifting, I know there's a new category, it's like the open division or something. Isabel can probably clarify more on this, so go, Isabel.
Yeah, so there's a new opens category. I haven't really looked into it too much, but it's where if you've gone through male puberty, you cannot compete in the female division. So it would change a few previous cases.
I think it's good because I think it's fair. Like if you've decided to go through that, that's absolutely fine, but have a division for you to go and compete, and that way you don't really sort of you don't step on the grass of other lifters in different gender categories and stuff. So I think it's fair in that regard. There could be some controversy though, because how many people are going to compete in that category? There's not going to be that many like weight classes. Like it's kind of difficult. So it's a bit there, but I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
so.
I try and stay away from that realm. I don't really like talking about that kind of stuff, but yeah, I think it's good idea.
Straight up.
Question 2. Talk about recovery for non-enhanced weightlifters, please.
Okay, so recovery for non-enhanced weightlifters. As a non-enhanced weightlifter who lives in Australia, I would say best methods of recovery, in my opinion, sauna is really good. We try and do we own a sauna at our space, so we try and do saunas 2-3 times a week for about 20 minutes. We'll go 5 minutes in, 5 minutes out, 5 minutes in, 5 minutes out, 3 rounds like that. Cold plunge as well, like ice baths. So you'll go sauna, ice bath, 3 rounds, 2-3 times a week is really good. Nutrition's really important, making sure you're eating foods that are very low, like inflammation foods that are helping you recover. If you're eating like crap all the time, like McDonald's and stuff, you're not going to recover that well. Your joints are going to be inflamed. You're not going to be feeling healthy, etc. So, trying to make sure you're eating foods that are not, going to make you have an inflammatory response is really important. Supplementation wise, creatine, whey protein, I guess, to get more protein in. Really just eat good quality foods. Make sure you're staying hydrated. And then, that's pretty much it, to be fair. What do you think about that as well?
The main thing, sleep.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. Sleep as well, obviously. Trying to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep.
9 hours.
9 hours preferably, 100%. Especially if you're doing double training sessions, like 9 hours is preferred. So,
I think also making sure you're not overtraining.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like people will overcomplicate and try and do too much. They'll try and do, 100%. And that can just lead to blowout. Tendon issues, lots of things like that. So yeah, definitely, they're our advice in that regard.
Sleep. Question 3: parallel versus ATG, ass to grass.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, guys. ATG, we're Olympic weightlifters. We're always going to say ass to grass. We want to replicate our snatch and clean jerk positions. We're not catching a snatch and clean jerk in parallel, so why would we squat like that? Pretty simple.
100%. Question 4: how to triple extension in an upward way instead of hitting the bar forward, please. I like how they say please.
That's all right. I respect that. To be fair, just the way that question sounds already sounds kind of like a bit overcomplicated. Like when I hear that, I'm kind of just like, I feel like you're overcomplicating this. Like, keep it simple, right? First pull, second pull, triple extension, I guess, is after that second pull. But I like to just keep it really simple, guys.
I say drop under the bar.
Just think about keeping the bar closed, dragging on your thighs, and quick transition into that squat position, okay? I like to personally cue myself, meet the bar high, write it down, show control of the weight. That's kind of what I like to do. And what about you as well?
How would I do that? I would just keep the bar as close as possible. I'd like to use a cue of like lifting my shirt up. If I'm swinging the bar out, I wouldn't be lifting my shirt up.
Yeah, that's a great cue, 100%.
Yeah, so that's what I'd be thinking about.
Cool.
All right. Question 5: what kind of steroid do you usually use to increase strength? What a stupid question.
I wouldn't ask myself that question. Obviously, I'm drug tested athlete, so is Isabel. We both live in Australia, which is very against doping. So, you know, we get drug tested every month, out of competition, in competition, sometimes twice a month. So maybe
Just
ask.
don't answer answer that question.
Maybe just ask
Yeah,
someone,
else.
someone that does. Maybe ask like a powerlifter or something that does GPC. I don't know. Not me.
Is training 3 times a day with good nutrition recovery, wouldn't that be too much? At the moment, I'm training 10 times a week. Yeah, that sounds too much.
Sounds a bit too much. I mean, obviously, depending on what your background is in weightlifting, like how long have you been training for, will depend on that. I guess what also your 10 sessions, like what are you doing in your 10 training sessions, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with doing that many training sessions, but obviously it needs to be within moderation. You can have 2 free heavy sessions combined with moderate sessions and light sessions as well. Yeah, does that sort of cover that, I guess?
Yeah, I think 3 times a day is too much.
That's ridiculous. That's like, if you're
like,
doing
this is
3...
junk volume.
Yeah, if you're doing 3 sessions a day. I mean, Isabel, you can even touch on this when going over to Italy and seeing the national team train. Like, they do 3 sessions a day. Does that really...
I think if you don't have a job, it's great. But I feel like in
But you can
Australia, Western countries, we all work full time.
Well, I mean, also, you can get the same...
You can get really good training in 5 times a week.
You can do 5-6 sessions a week and get the same
Yeah,
amount
it's
in.
all about like quality and intensity rather than just adding in
Don't get me
more
wrong,
sets.
like 3 sessions a day isn't the worst thing. If you've got the time for it, I mean,
but
by
no
all
one
means.
does.
But half the time, if you're doing 3 sessions a day and you're living in a Western country, you work, and also I would assume you're not
overtrain.
You're not taking drugs as well,
No.
so it's going to be a bit difficult, in my opinion. So yeah, all right, next one.
What is your PB strict press?
101 kilograms. 101
Wow, you're
kilograms.
so strong.
Not really.
Can you ask me what mine is?
Well, that's what I was about to do. What's
Oh.
your PB strict press, Isabel?
I've done 70, 75?
75, I think, at 70 body weight. So
Not 70 body weight. Like, I've done a body weight strict press.
it's not bad for a girl.
go me.
Not bad.
All right, on to the next page. What is your favorite weightlifter minus your coach?
I don't have a favorite weightlifter. Mine and my coach. My coach is my favorite. He's like, I wouldn't even say he's my favorite weightlifter. I don't idolize people.
Neither.
I look up to myself, and I like to look at myself as a role model to my athletes, and obviously my coach is my role model, and yeah, I don't really look up to anyone, to be honest, because I feel like sometimes the expectations are a bit misled in weightlifting. You know, look up to people that you believe you can sort of lift around. Don't look at people like that are unrealistic to you. You know, I'm not going to give you some examples, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a favorite weightlifter either.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, is the program that Ali gives you, so Ali's our coach,
Correct.
typically Iranian, or is it modified? So what kind of training system is it?
So we follow there's 2 ways we go about this question. First thing is we go through the positional and technical aspect of our training. So the positional technical aspect of our training, we follow a German technical model. So that's sort of how we prioritize what we're doing, like, you know, keeping the bar close, extending, etc., like that. And then the actual like programming considerations, we follow a Russian/Bulgarian sort of hybrid programming. That's kind of the programming Ali did in the national team when Ivanov came along in 1996. That was sort of the programming that he did. So that's kind of what we do in regards to our training. So yeah, we do a combination of Bulgarian, Russian, obviously not to the extent of the Bulgarian system where it's like max out every single day. Obviously the Russian programming is good for the technical aspects, deficit work, power work, hang stuff, etc. But yeah, it's that's kind of what we do. Obviously we have recovery days in there as well. We can't be training that intensity all the time. So we probably have 2-3 days a week where we're going like, 90%, 2-3 days a week where we're going sort of moderate to light and just working on technical aspects and that. So yeah, to answer your question, German technical model, Russian, Bulgarian type programming is what we do with Ali's. Yeah.
All right, this is a good question. With all your difficulty raising funds, so not getting much support, no sponsorship really,
Yep.
how do you stay motivated to keep being better?
Well, I could probably answer this question because like I'm prepping for the Olympics. Yeah, it's tough, obviously. I would like to have a little bit more funding to help, get through things, but that's not the reality of weightlifting in Australia. The fact of the matter is, in Australia, when it comes to weightlifting, you've got 2 big competitions every 4 years: Commonwealth Games and Olympic Games, right? When leading up to the Commonwealth Games, typically, historically, Australia does well. We get medals, we get results. So there will be allocated funding towards that, meaning athletes will be supported. Once the Commonwealth Games are over, though, and you've got that next 2 years prepping for the Olympics, not a whole lot of funding is given. And the fact of the matter is, it's just like that because, generally speaking, historically, when we don't usually get medals at the Olympic Games for Australia, it's very, very difficult for obvious reasons. Won't touch on that. But, it's not something that, you're not really going to achieve medals. So the Australian Olympic Committee looks at it like, well, why are we going to give them a lot of funding if we're not going to achieve medals? However, at the Commonwealth Games, they know we're going to get medals, so they'll provide funding towards that. So I guess, for me, it's difficult because obviously I want to feel a bit more supportive of my training, but at the same time, I'm grateful because I own a gym, I coach lots of athletes, I work with a lot of people, so I'm able able to, you know, have that lifestyle where I can train twice a day, coach people, and still make income. So for me, it's not that big of a deal because I can still, you know, I can still support and you know, live my lifestyle and work that way. I would like to feel a little bit more supported, obviously, but you know, it is what it is. Just sort of, yeah, I just don't look at the negatives, I guess. I just try to look, yeah, that's it. It's like, it is what it is. They're the cards I've been dealt, and I just work through it, and that's pretty much it, you know.
Cool.
So
Last question. This person asked why their first pull is so slow. Well, how are you meant to know that?
yeah, I haven't really seen any videos, but like I would assume if your pull's too slow, maybe your grip's too wide, maybe you're not doing enough hang power
Maybe
work
just
in
not
your
strong
training.
enough off the floor, you know, the stronger posterior chain.
Maybe you need to do more squats in your training. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to see if I haven't seen a video. Maybe do a little bit more deficit work to help.
Maybe
sort of,
get an online coach.
yeah,
Maybe.
that might help. That might help. Yes, that's yeah, that's pretty much it then. Cool. Thanks for the Q&A today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed with my co-guest Isabel.
I'll be on the YouTube more.
Yes, Isabel will be on the YouTube more. So yeah, they're just addressing some commonly asked questions that we get. Again, we'll probably do Q&As every couple of months like that. If you guys enjoyed this type of content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at KyleBruce89, Izzy Lorenzi for Isabel's Instagram handle, as well as Uplift.gym, which is both our business page. And if you guys are ever in Australia, Sydney, and want to do a drop-in, make sure you hit us up, and we'll love to tee that up and, yeah, get you guys down. So thank you guys for watching
YouTube.
again. Yes, thank you for watching, and hope you guys enjoy. Cheers.
Bye.